Hey, what's up, y'all? We getting back into it with Kevin Samuels, the late Godfather. Title of this video is Why Are Modern Women Running Away? Let's get into it.
Unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. How old are you? All right, what do you got on the topic? What did I get wrong?
I actually don't think you got anything wrong.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Actually, I kind of like to add to, I don't know, I kind of like to add to the conversation as far as mothers not destroying their daughters, but hold on. Not destroying their daughters, but having some type of animosity towards their daughters. Like they want to be better. Not better than them.
Well, I mean, I think that that's totally right. I mean, we see that a lot, especially after the daughters turn a certain age. The moms look at the daughters as competition, especially if the moms, I mean, if the moms are single, yeah, they look at their daughters as competition. And the older the daughter gets, it's like, I mean, imagine, the mom, she's sitting there, she's a little bit older, she's probably a little bit heavier, and then her daughter's sitting there younger, probably not as heavy. So, you know, she's competing with her daughter and she doesn't like this. So she's probably going to have some resentment, some animosity. She's probably going to be a bit jaded, bitter. She's going to be upset. All the while probably training and coercing her daughter to steer clear from men, that men are evil and girl, you could do all bad by yourself and all of this other stuff. Prioritize university. Don't worry about no man. And that's the thing, especially in our community. Our women, they go to school to prove that they don't need no man. Other races of women, they don't do that. So it's really interesting, but let's continue.
In a sense.
What do you mean?
Like,
go ahead. Go ahead and say what you mean.
Use as an example, like my grandmother, for instance, with my mother before she passed, my mom was a single mother. She had me at 15. And she, my mom always wanted to get ahead or go to school or whatever. And she kind of kept her in this box. Like, oh, well, you can't leave or I need you or whatever. But it kind of wasn't beneficial to her life. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
He just walked away.
So it's like, I kind of see it that way. Like what you're saying. Like, and even my aunt today with my grandmother, like seeing it from my grandmother, I see those traits in my aunt. She's like, I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mother.
Say it again. I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mom.
Yeah. Like I see that. And it's like, I don't know where.
A lot of times women feel like they gave up their youth for their kids.
Yeah. Huge point.
Right.
Like, it's almost like you owe your mom. It's like a lot of these women, their mothers feel like you owe them for being born and for you raising them. And honestly, you don't owe your mama nothing. Your mama should have had a husband. And then whatever she was due, she should have got from her husband.
But we all know that, in our community, oftentimes the mom drives the father away. It's the story of our lives. Happens too much, too often.
Right.
What's your relationship was like? What is your relationship like with your mom?
Before my mother passed away, I mean, we had like a conflicting relationship, I guess you could say. But she was still young though too, so it was kind of like.
Well, I mean, you was your mom's competition, so she probably didn't want to really have you around for very long.
A kid raising a kid.
Do you have any children?
I have children now, yeah.
Are you single or are you married?
I'm not married, but
So you're single.
Yeah.
What happened to marry before you carry?
So, what do you have any daughters?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay, so what are you going to do with her?
Um, I mean, I'm gonna encourage her to go to school. You know, I finished
Yep,
college,
there you go.
Okay.
but
You are so
I'm gonna
dumb.
encourage
You
her to
are
go to
really
school.
dumb.
You
For
know,
real.
but if like like I don't. I guess I mean everyone's biased, but I'm not like to the point where I'm gonna say, you know what, you need to go to school and you need to do this and that because you're just not gonna make it anywhere in life.
Well, so if you understand what you didn't get, is
Right.
what is school gonna? School is something that you do.
Yeah.
Okay. But what about relationships?
Right. I mean,
That's what I'm asking. What are you going to recommend your daughter do as far as relationships? Because if you know you and your mom had a contentious relationship and you're not
right.
married, what is school going to do for your daughter?
It's not gonna do anything for a relationship. But if we're speaking on the terms of relationship, I mean, I would want her to be married first.
Okay. But my guess ultimately what I'm saying is what,
Right.
if your mother had told you, hey, daughter, you need to prioritize, you need a man in
Mm-hmm.
addition to school and everything else. You think things would have been any different?
Of course they would have been different. Of course. I mean, because now sounds like she has a few kids, a couple of kids. She's not married. I mean, come on.
Mm, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Well, let me ask you a hard question then. How old are you?
29,
And you're in what state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So it's fair to say that having a child out of wedlock
Right.
is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were raised to believe that the only way I'm gonna have a child needs to be in the context of being married first, and then a child through planning, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now.
No.
So how's that not better? Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. The nicest way I'm trying to say it is, why are women having kids out of wedlock? It's no big deal when you know how hard it is to be a single mother.
I mean, that's true. Um, that's true
Here
though.
comes the butt.
Okay, so what I'm asking you about, if your mother would have told you to make sure you had a man first, would things be different? You say you don't know, and I'm like, well,
And hang on just a moment. Didn't she say that she's going to train her daughter to marry before she goes to school? But now she's in this situation. She has to lead by example. I don't understand. Shouldn't she be married?
Because I guess it's the way we kind of conditioned to think. So it kind of conflicts when you think about it. You know what
nope,
I mean?
no, I don't. Explain.
So like like you were just talking about this whole time, right? It's like, mothers kind of encourage their daughters, like, make sure like I said, make sure, you have a way to support yourself as well, first before, you jump into relationships, marriage, whatever.
No, you're not
So
supposed to have a way to support yourself before you jump into a marriage. That's not.
right.
That makes no sense. Because by the time you can support and take care of yourself, one of the major reasons for being involved with somebody is removed. Today, so many women want to be stable before they're in a relationship. That makes no sense.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I mean. The general idea is like conditioned already.
So what I'm saying is, if your mother would have told you to get into a relationship early, marry earlier, you wouldn't have a kid right now without a husband.
No.
That's my whole point. We have made it to the fact of where women can have children without husbands if we made it okay.
Well, I mean, we live in an era too where a lot of women are incentivized to have children and not have the fathers around. They're able to apply for government assistance. They're able to get child support. They're able to do all of this stuff. And they don't really even have to worry. And even if they do get lucky enough to get married, they're even incentivized to get a divorce.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Well, so I'm asking you, what are you going to do different with your daughter if you're not even telling her that a man is required?
Right.
I know it's right, but what are you going to do? Because to me, what it sounds to me like is you can just tell your daughter to go to get a college degree and she's going to follow in your same footsteps. She's going to be a single mother.
I mean, I feel like she could still go to school, but still,
I feel like she could still go to school, but
be in a relationship and get married. Like, I've seen stories where people get married.
What's more important? What's more important? School or marriage? You can't have both. Pick one. Which is more important?
That's a hard decision, though. Just given
it's school. It's school. You're talking about, because here's the thing. Most women go into humanities fields in university anyway. So it's not like most women are going to be making a ton of money. So you opt for school as opposed to having a husband, a provider, protector, someone who could provide stability, a foundation, a repair. I mean, a man could offer so much, so much provision, and you're willing to relinquish all of that for a piece of paper you hang on a wall. I mean, come on now.
Pick one.
Marriage is more important.
Do you really believe that?
No, she doesn't. Like she's a chameleon. She doesn't believe that. She's gonna say that because she's in a hot seat, but you can look at her and tell that she really doesn't mean that, because it took her a long time to even answer that. She doesn't believe that.
Yes. Because I feel like that's...
I need my degree. I need my degree in human resources.
If you really believe that,
communications,
prioritizing that in the way you talk to your daughter. I think you're saying that because it's probably the right thing to say, but I don't think you believe that.
No, I do believe it. I do believe marriage is because at the end of the day,
is it more important than going to college? Is it more important than going to college?
I think the reason why we're on...
Is it more important than going to college?
See that? Look at that. Look
at
how...
I feel like it's more important to go to college because not everybody goes to college.
You think it's more important to go to college?
To be married and have a life partner.
Ma'am, you got a college degree, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what? You got a college degree and no husband. Anybody can be a baby mom. It's like anybody can go to college.
Yep.
It is more important to be married than go to college.
Solidifying marriage, solidifying your position as a spouse, that should be the most important. You need the family unit. What happened to the nuclear family? It's dying here in America.
Because most people have jobs. We got people who come into this country illegally, who surpass the people who've been in here for generations because they have family. You're alone as a single woman with a baby.
Multiple
Are you making
babies.
over $100,000 a year?
Nope.
I'm not.
Then, ma'am, you are doing it all by yourself. Would it not be better to have a husband and his mother and father and your mother and father and all of the extended family that comes along with nuclear families? Even if you were making middle class money, if you had 2 sets of grandparents and 2 sets of cousins, would it not be better?
You could tell that she's difficult to deal with. She's rolling her eyes and pouting and everything. She's like, I don't want to. I want to do my own thing. I mean, it's fine. You can do whatever you want, but it comes at a cost, and your children are going to pay for that because it's more safe and it's more healthy for the children to have both parents in a household. When you just have one, you relinquish a lot, especially the father. The father is so vital for the family. You just don't understand it. You can't grasp how vital a father is for the family.
Then
Probably arguably more vital than you, my dear.
and single mama degree by yourself.
It would be better, but then it's like it would be better. I think that it's totally
What's the
better if
fear?
we
What's the
lived in
fear
this.
though?
I do, but I think it'd be better like if we could say it's better if we lived in this perfect world, right?
No, we could
But we
say
don't live in
no.
this
I don't want
world.
that perfect world example. We could say it's better if women acted like
No,
y'all.
but seriously,
We could say
especially from where I come from.
we could say it's better if women acted like it's not a perfect world. It's a matter of you ladies staying in your damn place and not leaving your relationships.
This is true, but I mean, men have to do the same though, in a
See, what I
sense.
want you to understand is this is the same bullshit verbal judo that y'all always do.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. I don't understand this because you can't operate like a man. Stop trying to. You're not a man. It can't only be when it's convenient. You're not a man. So stop. You don't get to do the same things men do, okay? You're not a man. And trust and believe, you're able to live your life on easy mode. You're able to do a lot. People are always going to come to your rescue. You're going to always receive unconditional love from your children. These are all things that men really don't get. Men are not really honored with that. Society will always have your back. You will always have access to various nonprofit organizations that cater to single women, moms, all of this other stuff. So you have all of this government agencies who's supporting you, all of this stuff, which is why you're doing what you're doing. Men don't get these privileges. You don't get to act like a man. You don't get to think that, well, he can't do it. Well, it's not. We're two different. We're different. You can't do the same things.
As far as like just
50
going back and forth.
we have a higher than 50% divorce rate, but 8 out of 10 times women initiate divorce. Women leave relationships, not men.
And that's so true. One of the most common reasons is what? Irreconcilable differences. That's why even states like Florida got rid of these, these no fault states and all of this other stuff where you could just get divorced for nothing, irreconcilable differences. But then, like 97% of the time, the men have to pay alimony and child support and all of this other stuff. I've seen case after case of women being able to file for divorce and take a man's life savings and everything he's worked hard to establish for the family, even 401k that was, and all of this other stuff that was meant for the two of you to, for he and his wife to retire on. She was able to take everything, crypto, all of that. And that's why, I'm a huge advocate for prenuptial agreements because, we live in an era where, like I said, women are incentivized to even file for divorce. Divorce rates are skyrocketing. And that's why states like Florida are abolishing these like no fault bullshit divorces. So
See, what I want you guys to understand is I just asked a very simple question. Which is better, going to college or being married? She knows being married and coming from nuclear families on both sides is better, but she can't say it because it would invalidate what she's doing. So she.
Oh, of course. And we all know her ego won't allow for that too. So she's going to stay strong. And imagine when she gets older and she's really set in her ways. Nope. Here we go. Dogs and cats. That's it.
Has to say, no, you need college so you can have a job in case a man leaves you. But the problem is, you ladies are the ones that are wrecking your own homes. You ladies are the ones that are leaving. Men are doing what we're supposed to. Women are out of control today.
All right, we're going to give him a... Because we know it's true. We know that this is true. You could even go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You could go to the U.S. Census, census.gov. It shows, it details and outlines all of this stuff. Kevin isn't making any of this stuff up. It details this. It's crazy. And the system is so flawed.
But I said that's why I said that that's how we were conditioned to think, though. And I'm not discrediting that. That is 100% true.
Conditioned by whom? Conditioned by whom?
Women.
Conditioned by whom?
Just conditioned by the family. Whom? I mean, if we're going to speak on a micro level.
Specifically her mom. More than likely her mom. Her mom. That's usually who conditions them to be like this.
Speak. I want about conditioned by whom? Men or women?
Women more so. You're
okay,
right.
Well then, ma'am, what men can't do it.
Her mama, her auntie, her cousins, all of that. Her friends. You know, especially, but it's mama and auntie more than anything.
Anything about that? You said that's who we condition, and I'm saying who did the condition?
Mothers, grandmothers.
Then don't say that's how we were conditioned. Say women conditioned us. See, when you say we, that puts me and men like myself and other men in that system. We don't want to be in your mother's and women's shit. We want you to hold the women responsible for conditioning you to be single mothers.
That's absolutely true. But also what I've seen in broken homes is women also condition their sons as well. So I wouldn't say it's only women. And I've seen it.
Ma'am, but if they're in a broken home, who broke that motherfucker? Who broke it? Who broke it? The husband?
Just a bunch of cackling hyenas, you know? That's it. You know, when you get them in a corner, they don't know what to say. That's what you hear.
The mother or the daughter?
I mean, what can you say?
The mother or the mother or the father? No monologue. No, it depends. Who broke it? The mother or the father?
I don't know, because if
she knows. She knows.
Bullshit. The mothers break the homes. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit. Women continue. This is where the numbers come in. No. Right. This is where the numbers come in. I don't care about your micro. In general, who is leaving relationships today? Is it men or is it women? Who's filing for divorce, ma'am?
Who's filing for divorce in mass?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Friday night. Okay. What number do you want to go back to? What number do you want to go back to? Because men have never been the ones breaking homes. See, this bullshit that y'all believe. When? What do you want to go back to? Okay, let's stop right here. Stop right here. What point in time? Stop. What point in time do you want to go back to so we can see? Give me a point in time.
I don't know.
You can't tell me today, ma'am.
I don't know. 1960s, 70s.
1960s and 70s. In the black community, we were married at a rate of 8 out of 10 up to 1965.
Okay.
So, what happened after that?
Yeah, that is true. We were married at a little over 80%. But then after some key parts of shit started happening, like the feminist movement and all of this other stuff, you've seen a rapid decline in marriages and skyrocketing divorces happening. So
no fault divorce, the Great Society, and government benefits, incentivizing women to be separate from their men.
But if we go off the basis of government assistance, it's majority of Caucasian women who are on government assistance.
Man,
So
there's a large, man, that is a
black men.
disingenuous statistic. They're the larger percentage of the population. Percentage wise, it's a
Right.
non-starter. Don't give me this Caucasian women. You tell me when we are surpassing white people, you can tell me the problems of white people. See, prior to 1965, we didn't need the government stuff. The only reason you need a government that much is because you don't want your man. See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is this is the mindset of women. They believe so much bullshit that's put into
No,
their
I'm
heads by
kinda
women.
open to-
Well, but the thing is, you saying
open
back in the
to-
day, back in the day, men need to do
Because
what?
it didn't
What can
just
men
start
do?
today. That's what I'm
What
saying.
can
Like,
men do when
it
women
started
walk
then.
away?
What was it again?
What can men do when women don't walk? What can a
She was
man
like-
do if women are free to come and go as they please?
They can't do anything, but then that's kind of like, oh well, you know, society has taken the control away from black men, which
No,
they-
no, ma'am. See, black men, society hasn't taken control because the same government benefits exist for white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and Middle Eastern women. They stick with their men.
Mhm.
It ain't society, it's your choice.
Okay. But it's also been bred to draw the black
Bred
household.
by whom?
It was bred. I mean, if we're talking about
The
that,
women, ma'am. Go back
If we're
to
talking about that range.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. We have already got. You keep trying to say we were conditioned by
We
whom?
were.
Bred by
We were.
whom? Bred by whom?
we were bred. It could be from the mothers. From
Not
me,
could be, ma'am.
from
Not could be. Not could be.
But you gotta understand.
There
that's
is
what
no
I'm trying
but.
to say. But
There is
that's
no
what I'm
but. And
trying
this
to
is why I
say.
want you guys to
Like,
understand. This
it
is why
don't
you should
start
avoid
today.
women like this. They are incorrigible.
That's fine.
Facts, data, statistics don't matter. They don't want to be accountable.
Because that's it. It's not revolving around their feelings and what they feel how things are. And this is why I say women like this in their future, this is it. Dogs and cats. That's it. Insufferable. It's crazy. You can't do nothing with them.
They cannot hold themselves accountable.
I'm not
It
saying
always
that we're
has to
not
be
accountable,
somebody
though.
else. It always has to be other society.
From the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
She's still talking.
I rebuke.
It burns. Oh, it burns.
And that's just it. I mean, women like this, they'll try to argue you down. You know, they don't want to hear the truth. I would just press to go to U.S. Census government website, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. There's even blackdemographics.com. You could go there. It details and outlines everything that's happening. But even with that, even when they see that, they're still non-believer, because then it will come up, well, who's making these stats? Well, I don't believe it. It's like, well, what stats should we believe? What stats should we go off of? But no matter what, because it's not revolving around their feelings, they're not going to pay it no mind, which is why they're lost. You can't do nothing. Stay away at all costs. Stay away from them. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to leave the link to this full video in the description if y'all want to check it out without me interrupting. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate y'all and the support. Until next time, peace.